Welcome. In today's video, going to show you my top 10 picks for Valentine's Day eyeshadow palettes. So if you like that kind of content, then make sure you stay tuned. See how this goes. I don't know how this eye look, but we're gonna go with it just because I don't feel like redoing it right now. So, you know, can't win all the time. Well, gotta stay hydrated. Gotta work tonight, so gotta have regular drinks. All right, got this. Valentine's Day, here we go. Welcome. Thank you for stopping by. If you're new here, really appreciate it. If you're returning, thank you so much for the continued love and support. Greatly appreciate it. In today's video, as you see, we're going to go over my top 10 picks for eyeshadow palettes for Valentine's Day. If you're going on a date or just spending time with your loved one and want to look a little glam, so if you like that kind of content, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe down below, turn on all notifications. That way you're updated on my content. I post videos on Wednesdays and Saturdays at 9 a.m. So make sure you go check those out. And otherwise, let's go ahead and get started with Valentine's Day palette picks. All right, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna go in any sort of order with these or if I'm just gonna show you. Might save my top pick for last. I do have the top 10 here and I do have a couple bonus picks as well, so make sure you stay tuned to the end so you can see what my bonus picks would be. So, all right, got some themes here. I kind of went with the love theme and also went with like the pink, red, you know, Valentine's Day theme. Kind of blended it there. So you'll see some of these palettes are more color specific and some are more just theme specific. So one of the theme specific ones I picked out here is BH Cosmetics. This is Love in London. Again, love, you know, that time of season. So just a wonderful palette. Is a little bit more cool tone, but if you're more of a natural eyeshadow wearer, I think this would be perfect. It's great quality. I love this palette. I've worn it a few times and it's actually my favorite of the BH Cosmetics, the travel series palettes. So far, I know they've still continuing this series, so who knows, but the ones that they have so far that I have, this is my favorite. So some beautiful shadows here. I'll just show you a few of these. I mean, these metallics are just gorgeous. I'll just show you a few of those just so you can kind of get an idea of what those will look like, just so you see that quality. Make sure I'm swatching those okay, you can see them. But yeah, just gorgeous. Ooh, look at that blue. Oh, actually that's a nice little color combination there. Those last two, ooh, that's pretty. But yeah, as you see, great quality, and then I'll just maybe swatch one of the mattes so you can see that as well, or maybe two of them. Yeah, just great quality. Love BH Cosmetics for their eyeshadow palettes. Some of their face palettes are pretty good too. Like they have some quad blush palettes they came out with recently. Love BH Cosmetics. Highly recommend, and they're very affordable. I feel like the price maybe just went up. They were $16. You could always find a sale, but I feel like they maybe went up to $18. So just keep an eye out for those. But again, that would be one of my palette picks for sure for Valentine's Day. Again, if you like more neutral colors. All right, another one here. This is one that's been around a little bit, and I'm sure a lot of people have this. Huda Beauty, the Nudes palette. New Nude. And this one, sorry, I always forget those inserts. Got all of that. Anyways, has a mirror. Very pretty color story there, though, with like pinks and reds. I mean, definitely, well, more pinks really. Definitely for this time of year, for Valentine's Day, is a great palette pick. Now, some of these colors are a little unique. Some of them are kind of a foiled metallic look, and then some of them are more of like your glitter toppers. I don't know if you can see that very well, but just so you can kind of get an idea. They have kind of a cool little shift though in some of them. Yeah, and that one, I didn't give very much of it, but it's just sparkles. But yeah, I think it's a pretty palette. Definitely, like I said, for this time of year. Again, if you're just more of a neutral pink wearer, you don't want anything like too just bold and beautiful, then this would be kind of a toned down look. But yeah, definitely a nice palette. Recommend it. If you have it, go ahead and use that one for Valentine's Day. I think it'd be a great pick. Another one here that I have, not really one that I've worn much, is very color specific, is Urban Decay's Naked Cherry palette. But I figured a lot of people probably have this palette, so if you have this palette, it'd be a good one to choose for Valentine's Day. Now, I'm just not a huge fan of Urban Decay anymore. I don't know, I've just found so many other brands of palettes that I like more. But I have to say, I mean, just swatching them, it's got a pretty nice little swatch there. Okay, I think I'm gonna go on the inside here so you can see, hopefully. But yeah, it's got some nice colors there. Again, it's very color specific. Oh, sorry, this kind of blended, oops. But yeah, but very pretty colors. Can't go wrong with it. So again, it's one of those, if you already have it, a good one to use. Now, I'm not sure if this one is still for sale. I feel like I've seen it on sale a few times, so you have to see. But again, if you do already have it, a good one to pick for Valentine's Day. All right, to mix it up here a little bit, I have a couple from ColourPop. So I'm going to show you again one of the more neutral, lighter. If you're more of a neutral, want to wear just a light color, this would be a good one called Blush Crush. I think this one came out last year or maybe around this time. I'm trying to remember, but just a really pretty pink toned palette there. But again, can't go wrong with ColourPop. Very affordable, good quality. Just going to swatch a few of these as well. Try not to mix them again. Yeah, I think they just have such a good quality. I think that one is more of a topper shade. That first one I did, it's more of a topper. That's why it's not showing as strongly. But again, I think this would be a great choice. Again, if you don't want anything too bold, you want just a lighter pop of color, I think that'd be a great choice. Another one that's more affordable here that I really like, and I think it's really underrated. I don't hear anybody really talk about it, is LA Girl. This is the Pro Mastery palette, and it's more of a pink tone palette. These do come with mirrors. It's very solid, like a very solid plastic. But yeah, that's the palette itself. Try to show you upside down so I don't blind you with the mirror. But yeah, I think it's just a nice mix of pinks in there. But again, if you want to tone it down a little bit, don't want just a full pink palette, you know, pink look, then you can mix it up with some of these other tones. But yeah, I just think, again, I just think they're so underrated. I'm gonna put this one on my hand just to try to show you. Again, I think, yeah, I think people are sleeping on this one. The LA Girl, I know I got it from Ulta. I'm sure I saw it recently still on there. I want to say maybe it's $14.99. I could be wrong, could be off a little bit, but I got mine on sale when I got it. So, but I really highly recommend this palette. I think it's a great palette. It'd be a great one for Valentine's Day. Right, one that I think was a Valentine's Day pick from last year or came out around Valentine's Day. This is ColourPop's X's and O's. Again, the theme very appropriate for this time of year. Again, these don't come with mirrors, the ones that are like cardboard. Most of them don't. But yeah, but that's the color story. It definitely has like kind of a wine color there. Definitely a little bit darker, deeper. So again, depending on what kind of color story you're looking for, this would be a good one if you're wanting a very specific, a little bit deeper, darker color story. And I think this one I'm just gonna put over here just to show you a few. But yeah, very pretty palette. Again, ColourPop. I have not run into any, say, bad palettes. I mean, there are some that are just better than others as far as pigmentation, but overall, I think you can't go wrong with ColourPop. So another one, this is this year's launch, and I think appropriately it's called Wine and Only. So like one and only, I thought that was cute. But I just got this palette and I actually just made a look with it yesterday. Really pretty palette. And again, it's kind of dark and it's very, very similar. So if you already have X's and O's, I mean, I think you could get away with just using that one, or if you have the Whatever palette, I think is the other one I'm thinking that's very similar. I think you could get away with not purchasing that one and just using that one, but I went ahead and purchased it. Now this is a very dark one. If you see, these are all very dark colors. So again, maybe more of a night out, you know, going to dinner, on a date kind of thing. The pandemic is a little bit limited on that kind of thing, but just to show you those colors. There's that one there. But yeah, I think it's just a really pretty palette. Like I said, I made a really pretty look with it last night that I really liked. I wish I would have taken some pictures, but I was tired, wasn't even thinking about it, so you know how it goes. So my last two palettes of the top 10. Now these were hard, these are kind of side to side, but I think the other one's still really my favorite. But this is Natasha Denona, the Love palette. That's the look I'm wearing now. Definitely the look went darker and deeper than I anticipated, but you know. But here is the palette, has a mirror. I'll show you here upside down so I don't blind you. But yes, so the colors I use this one here called Valentine, very appropriate. This one next to it called Intense to deepen it up a little bit. Then I used Heartbeat on the outer V to deepen up. And then I just thought this color was so cool. It's like one of those powder to cream formulas, I believe, Commitment right here to deepen it up. And then I used Pure Love, which is this purple shade on the middle to outer portion of the eyelid. And then the pink one next to it called Giving on the inner part of the eyelid. It's very, very deep, but I thought it was like kind of a cool, like going out, if you're really like going out kind of look. But great palette. I do really like this palette. I know it's not one of her more higher rated palettes, I think. I feel like there have been some, you know, hits and misses with some people with this palette. Some people love it, some people don't really care for it, but I think it's a good quality palette. Again, I don't think it's my favorite of hers, but for this time of year, it'd be a great choice. All right, and on to my number one palette, but it's my number one brand as well. So Sydney Grace, Enduring Love. Now again, this is a themed one. Just, I mean, look at that packaging. Oh, I just love this palette. And you have to get in when this is in stock because it goes out of stock a lot, I've noticed. But yeah, it has a mirror. Show you here upside down. I almost put this one on today, but I've worn this palette so many times compared to the Natasha Denona Love palette that I at least wanted to show that one some love. And again, just because I haven't really had a chance to play with it, I wanted to try it out a little bit more. But oh my gosh, this is my favorite palette. I know I've featured this in some of my videos, which I can list down below, but I'm telling you, her formula is just amazing. Amazing. I have a bunch of her single shadows. I have, let's see if I can find some place for it. Sorry, I think I'll have to go down here. You can see, but I'll just swatch right here. But yeah, those shades, those metallics, I mean, just look at that glimmer. Woo, shiny. But yeah, this is my favorite, my top pick palette that I would highly recommend if you don't already have and own. It is so well worth the money. I love Sydney Grace, and that is one I'm kind of on a low buy this year, but that is one, no matter what she brings out, I will purchase her products just because. Oh, you know what? I did forget. I knew there was something I was missing. I'm like, that's not 10 yet, I don't think. All right, well, the last two palettes, again, the Sydney Grace is my top one, but we'll just slide these in because I forgot. Pat McGrath. These are the Divine Rose. We got the 1 and the 2 in the special packaging. Now the Divine Rose 1 is probably more specific for this time, I think, or at least a little bit more toned down for this. The beautiful shadows here. It's a beautiful palette. I'm not ambidextrous here, so bear with me as I try to use my left hand. But just to show you some of these, it's a beautiful palette, and I have not had a chance to play with this nearly as much as I want to. But yeah, just look at that. That's just a few of the swatches there. Just wanted to show you. Oh, beautiful. So that is the toned down, more like neutral, tame version of the Divine Rose. The Divine Rose 2 is definitely more like pops of color. See that pink? I mean, look at that. So if you want to go from like day to night, want to, you know, jazz it up a little bit, then you could go with this one. So I'm going to just show you that really bright pink. Ooh, I forgot that shift. Ooh, man, some of these colors are just, I don't know if you can see that shift there, that middle color. Ooh, that is so pretty. So, sorry, I'm going to try to show you here. I'm not really good with this, but yeah, look at those. So now that I'm done here, I can show you. But yeah, look at that shift. Look how pretty that is. Man, I'm telling you, Pat McGrath. I mean, Sydney Grace is my girl. Oh, that's, you know, my number one. But Pat McGrath, she's got it going on too. So I can't go wrong with those. Okay, so finally, and I kind of put these together. I think that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I kind of put these together because if you have one or the other, you know, depending on if you want more team down day look or more, you know, wow night look. So yeah, so that's technically kind of 10 there, but okay. So my bonus palettes. All right, so if you don't have any of those other ones, or if you just want some other ideas and maybe palette you already have, one that I think that actually is my favorite of this brand, and really the only one I really care for out of this brand, is Charlotte Tilbury. Now this is that one, it's called the Bejeweled Eyes to Hypnotize, that I've actually featured in a couple of videos. Really like this palette. Now again, this has a little bit more of a mix. It's not just completely pink and red, but this section right here has a nice, has some pinks and reds in it that would be really nice. Has a purple in there, you know, again depending, but then you could also tone it down a little bit and make it more of a neutral look too. So I think this is a really nice palette. I'm going to show you the middle one there with the pinks just to kind of show you. But yeah, I have to say, of all her palettes, and I don't have all that many, I have some of her quads and a 5-pan, I think, and a 6-pan palette, but this is my favorite of all of hers. I'm not as, you know, wowed by her other palettes, just put it that way. I don't really care for her other, like her quads, I'm not a fan of, so just my thought. But yeah, that one palette I do really like. Another option here, if you have, is ABH Norvina palette. Very nice palette. I always forget that brush is in there. This one has a mirror as well. Again, just has a nice mix of some pinks, some purples there. You can make it a little bit more toned down, wow it a little bit more, you know, just depending on what kind of look. So I'm going to kind of show you some of the pinks, purple, and like a matte, so you can kind of get an idea there. But yeah, really, really pretty. So you can find some space here without making a mess. But yeah, I really like this palette. It's a really nice palette, but I figured if it's one, you know, if you're on a low buy or just looking for something that you already have that you could use. I know this is pretty popular, you know, a little while ago, so I figured a lot of people probably have ABH and probably have that palette. Just figured that'd be a good one. Gonna take out this stuff so this doesn't fall out on me like the other one. Last one I have here is one of my Hue Sigma palettes, and this is the Enchanted palette, and I just thought, again, theme, Enchanted, you know. But this one has a mirror and has some really pretty tones in there. Now, again, I only have, I think, 2 Sigma palettes. Corda Rosa is the other one I have. But yeah, this is a really, really pretty palette though. And just want to show you a few of the shadows here, like more of your pinks. Some are more metallic, some are topper shades. There they are. Show you those here. But yeah, really pretty. Those are my top picks, so top 10 plus for palettes, choices for Valentine's Day. So let me know if you have any of these, what you think, what your top choices would be. I just thought these are a nice blend of, like I said, some themed ones and then some color specific ones for Valentine's Day. So yeah, let me know what you think. Hope you like this video. If you do, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe down below. Turn on all notifications. That way you're alerted of my content. I post videos on Wednesdays and Saturdays at 9 a.m. Otherwise, guys, make sure you stay safe, stay healthy, wear your mask, social distance, wash your hands, all that good stuff. Have a great day, and I do hope to see you again soon. Bye! Oh man, I hope this wasn't too much of a mess. I feel like it was a mess, but I guess we'll see. Now to get all this mess off of me. Ooh, that's pretty though. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Okay. But yeah, I have to say, Patrick Starrr, like in your makeup remover, does a great job. We'll give it that. Look at that. Yeah. Yep. I never bought any of the other products, but this definitely works. Good stuff. Hope you enjoy this kind of content. If you do, make sure you give this video. I don't like that. I should take some of these off for now. It's getting a little messy. Now, some of these are more topper shades. Some of them are metallics. But yeah, really, really pretty. Some are pinks, some are, you know, some are metallic, some are more topper shades, but there they are.